This video cracked me up. A Gatheist posted an AI that's going to help us understand the magical mystery tour of evolution. Load up for the mystery tour. Load up. The magical mystery tour is coming to make you gay. Coming to make you gay, make you gay. Yes, you heard me correctly. We can all become Parker and Danny's, or whatever that dude's name was from Pierce Morgan. We can all become Gatheists. You just got to learn the Marvel fan fiction mysteries of the MCU magical transformations. So let's learn how it works. Let's check this out. All right, I didn't know it had music, so let me turn the music down. Hold on. All right, let's start this over because it's got stupid ass copyright music. Now let's identify all these cool creatures. Cool creatures, dude. Collect them all. Evolutionary Pokémons, bro. Watch this. So we got a little slug here. Did you know that ducks come from slugs? Duh. It's science, bro. You put a little more science in that tank and you'd understand. Okay, so we get slugs turn into snails. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, science. That turns into something that looks like a tick crossed with a gay tick, basically. He's got some sass. A gay tick that turns into some kind of a mollusk of some sort. This is science, by the way, clearly. Okay, and then that turns into a ladybug, a big underwater ladybug with goggles, with steampunk goggles. You'll see the steampunk goggles right there. That turns into a fish, clearly. That turns into Tiktaalik. Our old friend Tiktaalik. Y'all don't know who Tiktaalik. Tiktaalik is so famous that he became a meme. We used to make fun of Tiktaalik 10 years ago on the Afternoon Commute podcast, Hoaxbusters Call. He's this little cute doodad here. Look at him. That's why he made it onto the cover. He was crawling across Candace's desk on my thumbnail. Y'all like my thumbnail today? I put Candace, Tiktaalik, the Pope, and my favorite Jewish queen, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right there. So that clearly existed, that thing. Don't worry about the ergonomics of how it actually fed and run around and worked. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about whether or not that thing could actually do anything. It's real. Because watch the science. Okay, so here's Tiktaalik right here. But this is like when he got legs. He was sitting around in that muck. And then he was like, man, I wish I could get over on the land. And he pooped out some legs, dude. And then he was like, yeah, now I'm a gator, dude. I'm a gator. And by the way, when he became a gator, he could immediately feed on all the Tiktaaliks that didn't have legs. So remember, this is 380 million. There's hundreds of millions of years of these chimeras. But there's no fossils of a chimera. Isn't that interesting? There's no actual fossils of... We should actually be like covered up. Like walking around, swimming through fossils and bones of all of these monsters. But there aren't any monster chimera bones anywhere. Like, then he turns into another alligator. So he went from gator to gator. That was an alligator. He's a gator. Okay, now he's still in the pond scum. Get out of the pond scum, dude. Come on. We know you can walk. There we go. Get up on the land. Now he's becoming a dinosaur. Now he's becoming a velociraptor. Now he's becoming... We're going to have Chris Pratt riding him with Scarlett Johansson in a minute. They're literally like 2 million years away from Chris Pratt riding it. Come on, turn into a gator, turn into a dinosaur. Yes, he's a full T-Rex. Now, like I went to full T-Rex. Where's the duck, by the way? I thought we were getting to ducks. So that we're at Velociraptor, literal Jurassic World bull crap. Hold on, though. We're about to get to T-Rex. No, he went small again. Hold up, dude. Hold up. He was a giant ass water Rex, and then he shrunk back down to a gecko like we got in my backyard. Now he's growing back. No, he turned into a bird, dude. What? I'm starting to think that ancient animal creatures had magical powers. They had like Harry Potter powers. This is the Harry Potter world, bro. This is Hogwarts evolutionary biology. We got to have who's the next professor at Hogwarts? Richard Dawkins.
Why, yes, I did put my pee-pee in the poo-poo of Dumbledore. Why, yes, there's nothing wrong with it. Because there's no God, you see.
Okay, so now we went from T-Rex to finch. I don't know anything about birds. I'm just going to call this a finch. T-Rex to finch to goose to duck. Oh, that's how it happened. Clearly. And then he walked. I like how the duck swam, but then grew legs. So there was a legless duck for a while. Wait a minute, how did he paddle if he didn't have legs? Ooh. Oh, maybe he used his Dumbledore or his Harry Potter power, his Hogwarts powers. We got to make a Tiktaalik song. Tiktaalik, I want to touch you. Tiktaalik, I want to Tiktaalik you. Tiktaalik. Maybe if you lick a Tiktaalik, do you get a trip like a frog? If you lick a frog, you get an acid trip. If you lick a Tiktaalik, you get a evolutionary descent back into your genetic memories. Speaking of which, while we're on this subject of Marvel Universe Hogwarts fanfiction, remember that movie Lucy? Lucy cracks me up because it's such a stupid movie. But it's actually worth watching because of the nonsense of what people believe, right? You understand that when you buy into this story, you're actually believing the type of thing that you see in the Lucy movie. It's so stupid. But it's science, dude. Just tack science on it. Put a little science in that tank. Put a little pee-pee in the poo-poo with science. And it's true. And in fact, I even included Lucy in my book, my third book, because of the evolutionary nonsense. I included 4 evolutionary transcendence type movies. Yeah, here we go. Right. So in part 3, there's a whole chapter on this, but I also included the Planet of the Apes monkeys and the reboot. And I'll tell you why in a minute, because you're like, well, those are stupid. Now, actually, there's some pretty interesting symbolism, particularly in the old and the new Planet of the Apes movies, because everybody watches those. Oh, those are just stupid sci-fi movies. Oh, really? But you actually believe stupid sci-fi things. So why is that stupid when you literally believe like the exact same level of stuff? So Grimes was popping off on Twitter today. All right. And I like Grimes' music. I like Grimes. I'm going to play it. I'm going to be the hipster right now. Be like, dude, I was listening to Grimes when like her top video had like 40,000 views. That's true though. I really was. This is pre-Elon era Grimes. So she was going off about how she liked the movie Arrival. And I was talking about how it's globalist propaganda. And then Grimes mentioned that somebody in the comments was like, oh, Grimes, oh, I love you. Oh, you gotta watch Transcendence with Johnny Depp. It's so deep, it freaking blew my mind. Dude, Transcendence is the stupidest transhumanist movie of all time. And all of these movies have a very similar theme. What's the common theme between Transcendence, Lucy, Planet of the Apes? Oh, it's the evolutionary Harry Potter, Hogwarts, Marvel Cinematic Universe mythology. So if you don't know, in this movie, a hot chick gets kidnapped by the triads or the Yakuza. Okay, yeah, right. This chick's definitely hanging out with the triads. Yeah, she's definitely a like street level addict chick, right? Sure. And she gets co-opted into being what they think is a drug runner. So they're gonna cut open her belly and stick a pack of drugs in there. Well, it turns out the drug is this nootropic, this like super advanced, it's like super-meth. Okay, so basically Scarlett Johansson gets infected with a gigantic pouch of super-meth because when they put it inside of her, she gets beat up and it unlocks her evolutionary potential. Well, enter Morgan Freeman, who is over here giving Dawkins-style lectures at some stupid-ass college, right?
Imagine if we could access 100%, interesting things begin to happen.
Your news are brain in 3%, right? So we're only using a few percentages of our brain capacities. And, because that proves evolution, because everything proves evolution. Did you know, by the way, that literally everything proves evolutionary theory? Literally everything. Junk DNA proves it, because remember Richard Dawkins, since we're on the theme of ducks evolving from Tiktaalik, Richard Dawkins years ago said that junk DNA proves evolution because we evolved and we have all these holdover components, all this bloatware on our body that's not necessary. Oh, but wait a minute. It turns out when we figured out that actually there is a usage for some of the body parts that we thought had no function, Richard Dawkins flips the script and says, well, of course, there are no junk DNAs and everything is useful, and that proves evolution. So basically, everything functions to prove evolution, even when evolution is disproven, because it's an unfalsifiable system. There's 3 unfalsifiable systems out there. Did you know that? Classical Marxism, because if you ever critique Marxism, you would only critique it because you're part of the bourgeoisie. So by default, by necessity, your argument is disqualified. Papism, because every argument against the papacy is disproven because the papacy refutes any argument against it because the papacy is the final authority. And third, evolutionary mythology. They all are unfalsifiable. But here's the problem with unfalsifiable systems. They're actually extremely weak, because a system that's actually strong doesn't have to constantly concoct bullcrap to prop up the system because it's so weak. Anyways, so it turns out when Scarlett Johansson gets the meth released, the super-meth, into her bloodstream, she turns into the ultimate slay queen. Not just the ultimate slay queen, she actually transcends time and space, unites with the nanotech black goo. Yes, there's nanotech black goo all in this movie. She becomes one with the nanotech black goo. She gets revenge on Ryan Rivera over here from the Sam Hyde show. Goes and kills all the Yakuza triads. And yes, I know there's a difference. I'm being silly, dummies. And she turns full, look, she gets the spice. She goes full Aryan spice mode with blue eyes. She can then transmutate into anything Because just like the video that we watched, transhumanism, Gendreism, is the same thing as evolutionary mutation. They're all the same worldview. So why wouldn't she be able to, once she harnesses all the genetic memory powers all the way back to Lucy? Lucy is, by the way, the first monkey that, I don't know, realized it was gay or whatever. So it was awake when it was learned that it was gay. And she goes back in time because she's got God powers now. She's a goddess, dude. She goes back in time and she looks in the eyes of the first gay monkey, Lucy. And guess what its name was? Lucy. I told you. You're too dumb to even get it, because even when I told you, you didn't even get it because you're unevolved. Lucy, dude. Your mom just got blowed. Lucy. Lucifer. Lucifer is actually the gay enlightening monkey. Follow with me here. Matt Dilla Monkey also likes monkeys with peepees that are women. Follow with me here. Transcendence, transhumanism, transvestitism, transvestigial organisms, transvestigial orgasms. Okay, I'm getting ridiculous. I couldn't resist it though. There's just too much nonsense and all this bull crap, dude. Anyway, so yeah, so when you get the meth, the super meth inside your bloodstream and you become the goddess, you can pretty much just like Neuralink anything, dude. Whoa. She has power over time and space and matter. And then she goes back in time to stare into the eyes of the first gay monkey, Lucy. Your mind just got blown. That's the evolutionary world. That's what all you dummies believe. Because it's science. Because the reason in science is rationality. Now, in Transcendence, which is just as stupid, I'm sorry, Grimes, but y'all believe a bunch of nonsense. John Depp. Okay, he's over here with Paul Bettany, and he's like Ray Kurzweil or something. It's been a while since I watched this, right? So he's like Ray Kurzweil, and he's like a tech dork. I don't know what he is, and he's lost his wife Rebecca Hall, and so he's gonna put all the information and the data into the big supercomputer, and he's going to bring her back, right? But then, oh no, wait, never mind. He didn't lose her. I forget what I don't remember the plot, but basically, he harnesses a bunch of like solar panels and creates a supercomputer out in the desert, and he uploads his consciousness to the cloud, dude. Oh shit, bro, my mind got blown. Imagine if John Depp uploaded his consciousness to the cloud. The cloud would be like 80 proof if he did that. But I don't know. That's the best I could come up with. Yo, the cloud is drunk right now because John Depp just got uploaded. The cloud is stoned off its rockers because John Depp just got uploaded to the cloud. Anyway, this is the stupid shit that people believe. This is what everyone believes is science. This is like the normie religion is all this crap right here. Anyways. I want to Tiktaalik you up and down. My Tiktaalik song is turning into one of those nasty 90s R&B songs. Remember those? Like Thong da dong dong dong. Cisco and R. Kelly. He could write a dirty ass song about Tiktaalik. I want to Tiktaalik you up and down. Anyways,